Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. That is right, we're back again, and today's episode might be the best episode of the entire series. Last episode we did a prospect showcase, like we do in June of every season. This being our, second season, I think? Let me quickly check. Is this our second or our third? This is our third season, so this is our third prospect showcase, my bad. But in that episode, we took a look at some pretty good young players that we have in the farm system of this team. Mainly some guys in the lineups like Greg Quintana, or Brady House, or Elijah Green, or guys like Acuna and George Cruz. We took a look at a lot of those guys, and they impressed me. They very much impressed me. So if you want to go check that out and you missed it, go check out the latest episode of the Kansas City Royals. The playlist is linked down below in the description, or it's just the most recent Royals video other than this one. So with all that being said, it's time to get back to the big league club. And as you can see, we are July 1st of 2025, 5.5 games up on the Guardians. I told you guys at the very beginning of this series, I told you guys that this division, one of the big reasons why I wanted to rebuild the Royals and why I chose them over the Nationals, is because this division is historically not that great. And one of the reasons is because none of these teams really ever do anything in MLB The Show. Sometimes the Guardians do well, sometimes the White Sox do well, and sometimes the Twins and Tigers. I mean, every once in a while you get a team that does pretty well, but for the most part, you never really have a team that separates themselves. It's usually the Guardians, but there's never really a team that separates themselves. So when I chose the Royals, I realized we can probably win this division pretty easily and pretty consistently once we start to find our footing and once we start to actually become good. And we are in that stage right now. We are in the become good stage. We've got a potential Cy Young Award winner in Roki Sasaki. We've got another potential Cy Young Award winner in Brady Singer. We've got killing the team Ian Anderson, or killing the other teams Ian Anderson. We've got a potential Cy Young winner in Andrew Painter. We've got a lot of good young pitchers on this team. And then as far as at the plate, I mean, Salvador Perez is having another fantastic year hitting home runs. Everybody else is hitting beautifully in terms of average. I mean, Pasquantino is hitting 331. Soto is hitting 349. 248 for Ellie de la Cruz. I'd like to see that up a little bit more. Luis Arraez is hitting 328. I mean, we're getting guys that are getting on base and performing very, very well. You love to see it. But that's not the reason why this is going to be one of the best episodes of all time. Mainly, it's going to be the best episode because we've got the draft, we've got all-star festivities, and we've got trade deadline all in this episode. That's right. We aren't holding back. We aren't waiting to split this episode into two. We're going all in right away. 3 jam-packed things that would usually take up multiple videos. We are going all in right away. I don't care. We're doing it. We're doing everything in one video. It's what's gonna happen. So get your popcorn ready. Take a seat. Get buckled in. It's gonna be a wild ride. We've got less than 4 days until the draft. And can I take a look at scouting? It's locked still. I just wanted to take a look at some of the guys that I have scouted, but I guess we'll wait to do that until the actual draft. So let's start simulating here. Let's get this video underway since we got so much to take care of. We got a series against the Yankees, and we have a chance to sweep the Yankees, and of course we can't do it. Painter gets a loss, actually. That's a strange one. You don't usually see Andrew Painter losing games, but we are 1 day away from the amateur draft. We simulated the game against the Brewers. We actually lost it. So, Salvador Perez will be the starting starting center fielder. No, he's not going to start. He'll be the starting catcher. And Juan Soto will be the starting left fielder. So we got 2 starters in the American League. That's awesome. So we can jump in and user those guys. That's going to be pretty fun. But we can sim to the draft. Yes, I want to sim. Let's do this thing. Today is the 2025 first-year player draft. I would like to go to it. All right, so if we go and scout guys, or sort guys by scouted, we have pick number 10. I don't really know what the goal is. I may have said it previously in previous episodes what my plan was, but I don't really remember anymore. Picking at number 10 is going to be a little bit tricky because some of these guys could go a little bit earlier than what I think. Jeff Gutierrez looks like a really good hitter. He does look like a really good hitter. He's 18 years old. He doesn't look like the greatest defensive catcher ever, but he looks like a good power hitter. And then you've obviously got Mariano Juarez, who just looks phenomenal. I mean, we have him 100% scouted. He's ranked number 2 in the entire class, so I don't think he'll be there at pick number 10. But if he is, we probably take him. I don't know how we could pass up on that. Carlos Castilla also looks like a solid pitcher. Paul Simons, we took a look at him. He just has the power numbers. He doesn't really have much else. He's defensive, but he just has the power. And plus, he's 5'9". I'm tired of getting the small guys. I want to get a big, beefy guy. I want to slap some meat on top of this table. So Enrique Ramirez looks like a solid pitcher. I remember Herbert Dawn. He also looked really, really good as a second baseman. He's 6'3". So I guess if worse comes to worse, we could take Herbert Dawn. The only problem is he opted out of his injury, or out of his exam. Luckily, his injury risk is low, but he looks like a really good power hitter. So we got to remember Herbert Dawn. I want to add him to the draft queue. I want to add Mariano Juarez to the draft queue. Where's that catcher at? Is it Eloy Ramirez? No. There was a catcher, wasn't there, that we were taking a look at? Or maybe it wasn't. Was it Eloy Ramirez? Jeff Gutierrez. It wasn't Jeff Gutierrez that we were talking about, although he looks like a decent first baseman. So we'll add him to the draft queue as well. But where was the guy at? I don't remember. Whoever it was, it might have been Jeff Gutierrez that we were talking about. I just thought that he was a catcher. Oh, probably because his secondary position is catcher. That's probably why I thought that. All right, so keep moving on. We got Willie Cabrera, who looks like an okay starting pitcher. Probably not a first-round pick, at least not my first-round pick. I really like Enrique Ramirez, so we'll put him on there. Juan Dorta, I do remember scouting Juan Dorta. We didn't get fully on him, but I think that we know enough about him. Craig Schreiber, he's got the power numbers. He's a third baseman, 5'11". Definitely want to keep an eye on him. Sean Luther looks like a solid pitcher. We'll keep an eye on him as well. Jose Guzman, keep an eye on him. Antoine Bell, we didn't get enough scouted on him because I think we started scouting him a little bit too late. William Nakajima, I remember scouting you, and you didn't really impress me too much. You have good contact, but didn't really impress me all that much. He's not even that great defensively. Ryan James, I remember you were towards the end as well. He had those crazy numbers that kind of dropped down expectedly. Danny Giorgio, we didn't get to fully scout him. Diego Aguilar, Jimmy Lehman, definitely want to put him on the list for maybe a second-round pick. That could be a nice second-round pick for sure. And then we're getting into guys that we didn't fully scout. Will McConnell, 6'5". I'm going to put him on there just as a flyer because he could end up being a nice second, third-round pick if he's on the board. Same thing with Derek Wiggins. He's projected to go 54. We have him ranked 76, so I mean he could be on the board third round. You never know. Guy Spencer, want to put him on the board. Eric Morales, we'll probably stay away from him. And then we're back up at the top with Eloy Ramirez and then Jeff Gutierrez. So I think we've got the guys that we know, but I don't think Guy Spencer's going to be on the board. He's going to be gone. He's projected to go top 5. So those are the guys that I want to have in my draft queue just to keep an eye on. I don't know if those guys will be available, but we're going to go to the draft and we're going to get ready. The Washington Nationals, I'm pretty sure, have the number 1 overall pick. So we are going to start the draft. Who's going to pick number 1? Is it going to be that first baseman that we just added to our list? It could be. It very well could be. Who is it? Is it Eloy Ramirez? It could be him. It's Mariano Juarez. He was on our board. We had him ranked number 7. He got picked number 1 overall. 82 to 87 is his potential. That's a good first pick for the Nationals. Very solid. Definitely would have taken him if he was on the board. I didn't think he'd make it there, though. And then, oh, that looked like Aguilar on the back of his jersey. Yes, it is. Aguilar, Diego Aguilar goes. He was ranked number 43 on both ours and MLB. We only scouted him 50%, and he goes number 2. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the draft ranks really mean nothing. Anybody could go at any point. That's huge that he goes number 2. Who's this beefy boy going to Detroit? Can't see the back of his jersey. It's Eric Morales, 92 potential, 77 to 92. We scouted him. I don't think we put him on the board, but we scouted him fully. He goes number 3 to the Tigers, and now we got number 4 for the Rockies. So right now, we're sitting in a good spot. Only one guy that we had on our board just got taken so far, and that's Mariano Juarez. So Guy Spencer's still on the board. Roderick Chavez goes. I don't even know who Roderick Chavez is. We didn't even have him scouted at all, 5%. So good. He might be good, but I didn't get him scouted. He's injured. Carlos Castilla, we had him scouted, 85%. He goes number 5 to the Pirates. All right, we're still sitting pretty good. I'm telling you, if Guy Spencer makes it, he's going to be hard to pass up on. Dave Rossi, didn't scout him at all. He goes to the White Sox at 6. Now the Giants are up. That's going to be a tough... They're going to put us in a tough spot. Kenneth Connors, another guy that we didn't scout. Maybe these guys are really good and we just didn't get time to scout them. I don't know. But right now, they're going top 10. Antoine Navarre heads to Baltimore, and we are 1 pick away from having the pick of the litter. I mean, these guys are ranked pretty highly. Like this guy, Kenneth Connors. Oh, Guy Spencer goes 1 pick in front of us to the Reds. You got to be kidding me. But anyway, Antoine Navarre was ranked 77, and he goes top 10. That's crazy. 76 for Kenneth Connors. I cannot believe that Guy Spencer went the pick before us. He looks so good. Oh my God, he was going to be my pick, no doubt about it. He was going to be my pick. But now we're here. What do? We have about 3.5 minutes to figure out what we want to do. We're probably not going to take Eloy Ramirez. It could be Jeff Gutierrez. Jeff Gutierrez looks really good as a first baseman. His defensive stats leave a little to be desired, but Willie Cabrera is an okay player. Enrique Ramirez could be good, but do we want to take him this early? Herbert Don might be the guy. I think I kind of fell in love with Herbert when we were kind of adding people to the board. I think Herbert Don might be the guy. His potential's only 89, which kind of scares me for a first-round pick, a top 10 pick. But through the guys that we have scouted, nobody really has that crazy potential, that crazy 99 potential, except for like Paul Simons and stuff, but I don't want to take him top 10 because I just don't think his numbers are that great. And wouldn't you rather have a guy who has 89 potential and has a higher upside than a guy who has 90 potential but can't really do much? I think Herbert Don is going to be our guy. Man, I really wanted it to be Guy Spencer. I thought it was going to be him. It's either going to be Herbert Don or Craig Schreiber. What do we value more, third baseman or a second baseman? We have Luis Arraez, we have Bobby Witt, and we have, who do we have at third base? I don't remember. But Herbert can only play second base. Schreiber can play third and first. Schreiber looks really good as a hitter. Really good as a power hitter. Does Herbert's numbers look better? His contact numbers look better. His power numbers aren't as great, but he also has the fielding stats. Man, they're really making me choose. Why couldn't they just made it easy and have taken somebody else and not Guy Spencer? Do we take Schreiber or do we take Don? That's the big question. I think Don is the better choice. I really do. I think Don's the better choice. Even though Schreiber's power might not be a good thing to pass up on. But, I mean, Herbert's got some, he's got some power too. I'm going to take Herbert Don. Drafting Herbert Don with the 10th pick in the draft. I think that is the best thing that could have happened for us besides getting Guy Spencer. I mean, Guy Spencer just looks phenomenal. He would have been my guy, no doubt about it. He would have been my guy. And maybe we can still make a trade for him. There goes Enrique Ramirez. He was on our board. He goes to the Mets at 11. We'll have to keep an eye on a couple different guys. Jimmy Lehman, definitely keep an eye on him. Willie McConnell, or just Will McConnell. Craig Schreiber for sure. Nakajima goes. We had him scouted but didn't put him on the board. I just didn't think he fit what we were looking for. Willie Cabrera, had him fully scouted or 95% scouted, whatever. Man, Guy Spencer, I wanted you. Maybe we'll make a trade for him. Who knows? There goes Jeff Gutierrez, the first baseman that we were debating at one point. We were thinking about taking him. Didn't end up coming to fruition. Sean Luther also on our board. Good starting pitcher. He goes top 15. So our board's starting to be slim. Starting to go away. We're starting to lose some players. Juan Dorta, we had him 75% scouted. I don't think he was on our board, was he? He might have been. He might have been on our board. The Rays are up next. Paul Simons we had scouted. What's my next pick? Do I have any other picks? I have a pick in the competitive balance round B and then round 3. So we don't have a second round pick. That's gonna suck. We're not gonna get anybody. But that's what happens when you sign free agents, man. That's what happens when you sign free agents. Maybe we can try to make a trade for one of these guys like Guy Spencer, because I'm really in on him. What's he play? He plays first base, right? Yeah, first base. Milt Cash. Who's Milt Cash? We don't have any answers on him. I don't know who he is even. He didn't even come up on the radar. That guy's got 98 as his cap. He's definitely not a 98, but he could be, I guess. Let's simulate to the next Royals pick. Competitive balance round B. It looks like everybody got taken on our board, so we're going to be flying blind. Where did some of these guys go? Did they go in round 1? I don't notice anybody here that went. So then we get to competitive round. There goes Jose Guzman. He was scouted pretty good. And then into round 2, we don't get anybody. There's Ryan James. He went in 53 to the Mariners. Craig Schreiber goes to the Brewers. Jimmy Lehman goes to the Blue Jays. All right, Derek Wiggins went as well. So we're flying blind. We got nobody scouted. We're just going to be taking shots from here on out. Everybody that we had scouted has been taken. So we just got to guess on who we think could be good and who we think could be bad. So I don't really know. Let's try to get somebody who has a decent potential range and a decent overall base. That could be a good start, I guess. Somebody like Hideo Chan, he could be a nice 6'5" out of Japan. He could be our next Hideki Matsui. He could be our next Roki Sasaki. He's 18 years old. Let's take a flyer on Hideo Chan. He's got a decent potential range and a decent overall range, but that's also a very big gap. So who knows if he's going to be anywhere close to good. Send him to the next Royals pick. All right. We could take Jason Johnston, but his overall's not great. Is there anybody else that's decent? We got Justin Castro, who has a decent overall base. Joe Schreiber doesn't really do much well. What does he do well? He doesn't do anything well. Raul Garcia. We're just drafting purely based on like numbers right now, like overalls and stuff like that. Like Antoine Huerta probably, out of the Dominican, probably is our next guy at first base. He's probably our next guy. I think that might be the case. Let's take Antoine Huerta out of the DR. 18-year-old first base prospect. Add him to the ball club. Maybe he turns into something. Maybe he's garbage. Who knows? Do we have another pick? We do. We have pick 114, 144, and 174. So we got a few more picks to go here. And we just gotta start guessing again. We just gotta keep finding guys who have okay potentials. Rolando Batista from Puerto Rico. His overall's trash, but his potential has an okay range. I don't think that range is gonna be at all anywhere good. Maybe he's a flyer. I don't know. I don't want to just take somebody that's gonna be garbage, even though these guys probably are gonna be garbage. They're probably not gonna have very good potential ratings. But nobody else really has that good of a starting base overall, which is not surprising. All those guys got taken already. So we could take a guy like Eric Cardenas. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize. But we could take him. Or we could take Robbie Billings. But I'm kind of feeling... Where is his name? What was his name? I'm kind of feeling Rolando Batista. Let's take Rolando, 21-year-old outfielder. I think he's from Puerto Rico, right? I can't remember. But we take him. Send him to the next Royals pick. All right, now we're getting in the weeds here. We are getting into the weeds. Andres Chavez. Don't want to really take him, I don't think. Even though he could be good. These guys are probably not going to be good. Let's just be fair. Let's just be frank here. These guys are probably not going to be good. Richie Hudson's just a defensive third baseman, which is not what you want. Curtis Drew, left fielder. This guy's got an arm on him and some speed. 6'1" right fielder, but we just took a right fielder. Geraldo, it's probably Geraldo. He's from Nebraska, so what could it be? I don't know. We're going to take him because he's got good potential, but he's a catcher. 23 years old. I think we have one pick remaining. Yes, we do. 174. So this is going to be just an absolute throw something against the wall, see if it sticks. Who wants to get drafted by the Kansas City Royals, an up-and-coming organization? We should probably draft a pitcher. So is there any pitchers available? I guess, oh, there's no pitchers available. Every pitcher's been taken. All right. Did we even draft a pitcher? I think we might have got one. No, maybe. Yeah, we did. We got the Chan guy from Japan. We got him. That was our only pitcher, I think. Let's take... Who's just got the best numbers off the bat? It could be this guy, Robert Rossi. He's got really good defensive stuff. He's 6'4", third baseman. Let's take Robert Rossi. 22 years old. Not going to be anything good. But maybe. All right, exit the first-year player draft. We're not going to be able to see how good Herbert Don is, but I hope he is. And there we go, Juan Soto, Salvador Perez. All right, let's go to the home run derby. George Cruz pulled his groin. That's not good. Do we have anybody participating in the home run derby? It's in Coors Field. Interesting. That ball's going to fly. But we don't have anybody participating. Nolan Arenado goes home. That's pretty cool. But nobody in the Royals blue is going to be participating in the home run derby, so we'll skip through that. And now it's time to play the All-Star game. So let's just get that done right away. Play the full game. It looks like we have to change our stadium to the Coors Field Stadium so that we can have it accurate with where the home run derby was held. Quick counts on. And do we have anybody in the picture? We do. We have Brady Singer who makes it. Surprised that it's only Brady Singer, but whatever. At least we get somebody. Brady Singer, and then Camilla Duvall. Look at that. We've got a bunch of players in the All-Star game. That's how you know we're starting to get good, is when we're getting a bunch of different people in the All-Star game. But we're not quite good enough yet. We don't have an All-Star starter. Jose Urquidy will take the mound to start for the American League. We've got Juan Soto starting in the left field, Salvador Perez starting at catcher, and Bobby Witt made it into shortstop. He must have passed whoever was available. Who's a starting shortstop that could have been? Carlos Correa, I guess, is the backup. He must have jumped him the last day or so. So what? We get 3 starters? Do we have anybody on the bench? I don't think so. No, I don't think we have anybody else here. No. So we only have Bobby Witt, Salvador Perez, and Juan Soto as hitters. And then we have Camilo Duvall and Brady Singer. So we have a ton of All-Stars. 5 All-Star starters. Well, 5 All-Stars? 3 starters? You love to see it, but we are going to only control our guys. So we'll go into quick manage until our guys come up, and then when we start to substitute everybody out, then we'll get into it. So let's get in and show some love to the Kansas City Royals here in the All-Star game.
Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show brings you the MLB All-Star Game. It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Hi, folks. John Chomby alongside Chris Singleton. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star Game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these all-star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go. And today's starting pitch.
Sandy Alcantara is the man on the mound for the National League, but we don't care about that just yet because we got to see ourselves with Juan Soto first. A leadoff single with Kyle Tucker, and then Bo Bichette with a 2-run homer. And now we get to jump in with Juan Soto. You love to see it. That's how you start an all-star game. A leadoff single and a 2-run homer, but we are in Coors Field, remember, so the ball does fly. Unfortunately for Juan Soto, first pitch swinging there on a 3-2 count, and I just chopped it in front, so that's kind of upsetting. Back to the quick manage. Mike Trout's up, he grounds out, and Vladdy goes out as well. So Jose Urquidy's up, he gets out of the inning really quickly, 1-2-3. Jose Ramirez is up, he grounds out to lead off the second, but now it's time for Salvi, the veteran. He's been an all-star before. I think he was an all-star the first season. May have missed out last year on the all-star festivities. I don't remember. Maybe he's been in all 3 years. I have no idea. I'd have to go back and check the all-star episodes and see if Salvador was a part of it. I know he was at least one of them. I definitely remember him being an all-star, at least one of them, and that is a bad swing by me. Oops. Alcantara gets me, but now it's Bobby Witt's turn. I think this is Bobby Witt's first all-star appearance because remember, in year number 1, he got injured for basically the entire year. I think he only played like 8 games in year number 1. And then year number 2, he was just starting to figure himself back out, get back into it, but now year number 3, he's arrived. He's here. Mookie Betts is leading off. Urquidy's up, and we will let him try to get out of this. Oh, a 3-run shot from Arenado. He loves being back here in Coors Field. All right, we are back up, but now Trevor Story's up, and it's a pitch and change to Shohei Ohtani. What a man to go to out of the bullpen, Shohei Ohtani. Bo Bichette already has a 2-run homer. He can't get it this time. 2 outs against Ohtani. We are actually going to warm up one of our starters, Shane McClanahan. Can we get a home run off of Shohei Ohtani? That would be quite the highlight here in the All-Star game. Hit a home run off of Shohei. We'll try it. I don't think it's going to be very possible. 1-2 count, 2 outs to Juan Soto, the big money free agent for the Royals in the past offseason. He's been a part of this amazing comeback for the Royals, and Soto might have done some damage to tie this game. I'm going to send him home. We're sending 49 speed across the home plate line, and Juan Soto with an RBI double in the All-Star game. You love to see it. He just got underneath that fastball, sent it into the right center gap, and your boy got home double time. But Trout strikes out, so that's unfortunate. But it's time for a pitching change. Let's get Shane McClanahan ready to go. And strikeout, ground out, strikeout. We've got Vladdy Jr. up. Walker Buehler is next up on the mound. And now it's Salvador Perez time. It's 3-3, runner on first. 1-2 count to Salvador. Come on, Salvi. Give me the goods. Ah, it's a double play. I got over top of the slider, mainly because I was early. I bet if I was a little bit better timing on that, I don't get on top of it as much. That's kind of unfortunate. Pitching change, we will go to Brady Singer, and that means we're on the mound. 1-1 count to Mookie Betts. We got the 4, 5, and 6 guys for the National League. That's going to be pretty tough. I don't know why Ronald Acuna was giving me the mean mug, but he was. And Singer doesn't get a strike 3 call there. That's kind of unfortunate. I thought that was going to be a big strike 3. Here comes the circle change, and Mookie sends that into left field over the glove of Jose Ramirez. Can Soto send that to second? Mookie's going to go for it. He's going to be safe, and it's a leadoff double for the National League. Why do they keep showing Ronald Acuna like he's the manager? The polar bear, Pete Alonso. We know him from our Chicago Cougars relocation series on on MLB The Show 21, I think it was. Or was it 22? I don't remember. Go check out the main channel if you're curious. 1-2 count to Pete Alonso. He sends that to deep right field. It's going to move the runner, Mookie, over to third. Just as long as Brady Singer. I don't want Brady Singer to be the reason why the American League goes down. Come on, Brady. I know you got it in you. 1-1 count to Michael Harris II. And he sends that into left field. Soto make the play. He can't. It's going to be an RBI double at least. Soto gets it in. He's going to go 3. Bobby Witt tags him at third. Jose Ramirez, good relay throw. He tries to get greedy, turn that double into a triple. But they do score the run to allow them to take the lead back 4-3. And it's Brady Singer's fault. I don't like the sound of that. Nolan Arenado has a, 3-run homer already in this game? But he sends that one to deep right field. Tucker makes the play, and the American League gets out of it. And we are right back up here. Julio Urias is the man on the mound now for the National League. Down 4-3. We got to make some damage happen here with Bobby Witt. Come on, Bobby. Oh, Bobby. I can't wait for the All-Star game to be back in Kansas City. That'll be fun. I don't know when it'll cycle through, but Bobby Witt with a leadoff single. Maybe. He's got 99 speed, but he's not going to be able to stretch that into anything more than a single, but still, a leadoff hit. That's good. You love to see it. Trevor Story is up, and you know what? I just kind of want to steal with Bobby Witt. I want to get him an All-Star steal, so we're going to try it. Not swinging. We got a 1-1 count for Trevor. That wouldn't even swung anyway, and that's going to be clear stolen base for Bobby. You love to see it, and we're stealing again. We got a righty hitter up. We are going to steal third. It's always easier. I could swing at that. Go, Bobby, go! Safe! Bad throw from the catcher, and Bobby Witt's got 2. You love to see that, man. I could have swung at that, but might as well get my guy some numbers. And it's a strikeout, stranding Bobby on third still. Kyle Tucker doesn't get him. Bo Bichette, 2-run homer. Bo Bichette with 2 separate 2-run homers for the American League. You gotta be kidding me. Absolutely insane. And now Juan Soto's coming back up. It's 5-4 now. What an All-Star game. This would be an amazing All-Star game. Absolutely amazing. Can Juan Soto give us an insurance run? He can't. But he can give us an extra base hit because I'm going to send him to 2. Go, Juan. Dig, dig, dig. He's got there. Standing up double. Keeps the inning alive. Yes, sir, Juan. Yes, sir. And now we will get it to Mike Trout, but he gets out of the inning, so that's unfortunate. Pitching change. We will get ourselves Luis Garcia up. Ground out single, 2-run homer by Ronald Acuna Jr. They have the DH leading off, which is insane. And the National League is back up 6-5. This game is getting out of control. Woodruff is up and allows an error to Vladdy. Strikeout to Jose Ramirez, J-Ram, and now we've got Salvador Perez. So after our 2 guys here, Bobby Witt and Salvador, are up, then, oh my good gracious, sweet, great balls of fire, Santa Maria, Salvador Perez. I told you the balls fly. And we've got a Royals home run in the All-Star game. I think he did that in the last home run, or the last All-Star game he was in. Didn't he have a home run in that game too? I don't remember. But Salvador Perez has delivered. He is him. Oh, yes, sirree. He knew it right away. Absolute nuke. Great balls of fire. Right off the middle of the bat, too. That's the good stuff right there. I got to get me a second little glance at that one. Oh, how sweet it is. He knew it right away. Stares at the bat. Perez knew it right away that ball was out of here. Oof, 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 oof. Look at that thing fly. Look at that thing thinging. Salvador Perez looking up in the All-Star game. With the nachos and the hot dogs right behind him. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, and he's mean mugging the camera. I didn't even intend to do that. Oh, that might be the thumbnail right there. Mean mugs the camera. Ooh, that's dirty. And then we got Bobby Witt up. Can we do even more? This is what an insane All-Star game this has been. Bobby Witt sends that to left field. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a base hit there. That's going to be the second out. Now, once we finish with Trevor Story here, we will start to get our guys starting to pinch hit. So let's pinch hit Kyle Tucker for George Springer. Hardly know her. That's a walk. Bo Bichette. I don't even want to really take Bo Bichette out because he's been so good, but we might have to. He's got 2 separate 2-run homers. We're going to have to choose here because we've got 2 third basemen, we've got 2 catchers, we've got 2 more right fielders. It's probably going to have to be one of the right fielders, right? Let's pinch hit for Hunter Renfroe, or let's have Hunter Renfroe pinch hit. Fielder's choice, he gets out of the inning. Maybe we shouldn't have pinch hit for him. Pitching change, we'll bring in Jack Leiter, the final starter. 1 run scored at the tie game. A 3-run homer for Corona. It's 10-7. It's getting out of control for Jack Leiter. Hardly know her. Pinch hit for Juan Soto. His day is done. Steven Kwan will come in. Edwin Diaz is in. Okay. And he gets a walk. So now we pinch hit for Trout. And we will probably... I might have made a mistake here. I might have to jump into this and make an actual substitution. Hold on. Let me call a timeout real quick. I might have to make an actual substitution. So we have to have Springer. Can I switch him to right field? Uh-oh. I might have made a mistake. Okay. I was going to have Springer play center field because I don't think Santander can play center field. But you know what? It's the All-Star game. We're out here having fun. Santander's playing center field. He popped up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will bring in Freddie Freeman. He pops up as well. J-Ram, we will bring in DJ LeMahieu. 2-run homer for DJ. We're back down by 1. This is insane. We'll pinch hit for Salvador Perez for Adley Rutschman. Pitching change, Iglesias comes in. It's a ground out. All right. So we'll make a pitching change of our own. And you know what? We're getting our boy in here. Camilo Doval going up against Eloy Jimenez. We're getting our main man in here, and he's got a good strikeout on Jimenez. Let's see if we can get a cutter action. No, he fouls it off. All right. 9-10, bottom 7. Ooh, Jimenez thought about it. It's a full count with Pete Alonso on deck, but they're probably going to pinch hit for him. Fouls off the sinker. That's the problem with Doval. When he gets into these situations, he doesn't really have just like a gas pitch, but he does get him with the slider. So I guess that works nonetheless. Whatever. And they do pinch hit Brady Nash for Pete Alonso. I don't know who this is. He must have been in the first draft class. I have no idea who he is, but he made the All-Star game, so congratulations to him. He's only got 36 speed, though. Bare hand Trevor Story got it to first at Freddie Freeman. And now we've got ourselves Trace Thompson, the brother of Clay, if you were not aware, but I'm sure you were. Trevor Story can't make the diving play in second, so Trace Thompson will get on base to keep the inning alive. And that is Nolan Arenado. They're not pinch hitting for Nolan Arenado, that's for sure. He grounds that to LeMahieu, but that is foul anyway. 2-2 count. Can we get him on the cutter? No, we can't. That could have been dangerous. Got to be careful with that one. Let's go with the slider. That got the first man out, and it gets Arenado out as well. Good job from Doval. Get out of danger right there. You love to see it. And now Bobby Witt's up, but he will get pinch hit for as well. So we will bring in Carlos Correa. He strikes out. Trevor Story will get pinch hit for Jeff McNeil. Strikes out as well. And we could pinch hit. No, we can't. I was going to say we could pinch Springer, but pitching change Josh Hader. Walk. Hunter Renfroe, we can pinch hit. Let's do Rogers, right? Yeah, let's do Rogers. Jake Rogers comes in. He gets an error, so now it's runners on first and second. Steven Kwan strikes out, inning over. That's kind of sucky. We'll bring in Emmanuel Clase. Try to get this game over with. And we go now to Santander, swing, pitching change, single. Freeman's up, single. LeMahieu's up, ground out, but he pushes everybody across. And we've got a walk for Rushman, bases loaded for Correa. Fielder's choice, but nobody came home. Wait, what? How did nobody come home? It's still 9-10. I don't know, but 2 runs scored. How did 2 runs just score? 2 more runs scored. It's 13-10. This is the greatest thing to ever happen. Pitching change. Bednar to come in to close it. Rogers strikeout. Harper pinch hit for Austin Martin, ground out. And now it's not Eloy Jimenez. It's Gabriel Moreno. 13-10, bottom 9. Can Bednar shut the door on the National League? What an insane All-Star game. This would be a crazy one to watch. You never know what's going to happen. Can Bednar shut the door on the National League? Almost. Moreno stays alive. 2-2. I'm going to throw some heat. Stinky cheese. He doesn't chase it. It's 3-2. Full count. 2 outs. Bottom 9. Strike 3. Game over. Bednar shuts the door, and the American League wins. 13-10. So many ups and downs in this one. What a wild ride. Oh, man. And our Royals played really well, but Bo Bichette, you got to give him the player of the game for sure. 2 separate 2-run homers for him. Our guys did really well. 2 doubles for Juan Soto, a home run for Salvador Perez, 2 stolen bases for Bobby Witt. Camilo Doval played really well. Singer struggled. He allowed a run, but he still did okay. Absolutely insane stuff for the All-Star game. And now we get to see the true ratings of our pitcher, or of our draft picks. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Oh, we don't get to see. Okay. I thought this was time we get to see. We'll prioritize Herbert Don. We will prioritize Hideo Chan and then Huerta, because those guys are people that we need quicker. So I'm actually going to move these guys to priority 1 and 2, just so that they get their interest up a little bit quicker, because we probably can sign Herbert Don pretty easily, and he has the big-bodied 6'5" second baseman. He might have to move to first base. He might be too big. But Herbert Don has agreed to sign with the Kansas City Royals. You love to see it. And we'll put in Rodolfo Batista. Actually, we can offer him a contract already. Let's just go with that. And he's decided to sign. Rolando Batista has signed with the Kansas City Royals. Oh, we can get the rest of the guys too. Reyes, let's offer him about that. He declined. Okay. All right. I see you, Reyes. Let's go for Robert Rossi. We can offer him a contract. Let's go for that. And he's decided to sign, so Robert Rossi is a Royal as well. Is he going to be good? Probably not, but hey, it is what it is. We'll wait again until we can sign draft picks. Keep simulating. Ooh, are we going to get swept? Yeah, we are going to get swept by the Phillies. That's a little scary. Okay, we might have to make some. I wasn't thinking we'd have to make too many moves at the trade deadline, but the Guardians are right on our tails now. Let's finish up signing these prospects. Offer Reyes a little bit of a beefier contract, and he's decided to sign with us. Geraldo Reyes, catcher, signing with the club. We got to wait on those 2 guys. Actually, let's move you to priority 1, Chan, so that you can hurry up and get quicker. We got to pick up some W's. The first domino falls. Duran goes to the Giants from the Twins. The Twins pick up Ryan Murphy and Helio Ramos. We finally pick up a win. Man, the Guardians are 2 games back. We got to be careful here. Still not anywhere close on Chan and Huerta. We got to be careful. We might not be able to sign those guys. They might just not sign with us because we don't have enough interest. But we take 2 of 3 against the Braves. That's a big series. We need to get back in the winning ways, and we're losing 2 to Detroit. That's not what you want to do, especially when the Guardians are a game back. We might now have to make some moves at the deadline. Something probably in the pitching rotation, I would guess. Are we scoring runs? I don't want to do that. No, not really. I mean, in the Braves series, we scored 10 and 4. We're scoring runs. We're just allowing runs, I think. I don't know. That's tough. 47-43 for Chan and Huerta, almost there. I hope we don't run out of time. We have till August 1st, so we have a few more days. The Giants are going all in. They go from the Tigers. They get Alex Lange from the Tigers. The Tigers get back Will Bednar, Randy Rodriguez, and Jose Cortez. So a couple young guys and then a closing pitcher. But the Giants are going all in. That's the second trade. And they're going for their pitching rotation, too. They got a starter, and then they got a closing pitcher. Very interesting. Another day to sign draft picks. A game and a half back are the Guardians. Tell me that, okay, Huerta is allowed to be offered a contract, and he will decline. Come on, Huerta. Don't give me that. We can't sign Chan just yet. We lose again. We lose. Come on, guys. 2 to 3 months with a dislocated shoulder for Greg Quintana. That's not a good sign. We can offer Chan. That's good. Let's offer Chan a big contract. He's declined. Hideo Chan says no. And so does Huerta. These guys just don't want to sign with us. I'm giving them decent money. Storm Chasers don't have a valid lineup after that. We've only got, I think this time is our last time to get them, so we're going to have to offer the max on both of them. I'm going to offer him the max. Chan signs with us. Is he even worth that money? Who knows? And Huerta goes with us, so that's good. We got everybody that we needed. All of our draft picks have been signed at the death. We got everybody. But we've made it to the trade deadline. We're 3 games up on the Guardians, but this has been a rocky second half of the season. Start to the second half of the season, at least. We don't have Quintana now. Don't we have somebody on the injured list? Yeah, Pablo Lopez, that's right. He should be coming back, though. That's pretty good. So we don't even really need to make a trade for the pitching rotation because we've got him coming back in 2 to 3 weeks. So then he can take back Asa Lacy's spot. And then Andrew Painter's kind of cooled off. Sasaki's still killing it, and so is Brady Singer. These 2 guys are our backbone right now. But maybe we need to make a trade for the bullpen. Maybe that's something. Maybe just these 2 guys right here. Josh Stalman's not getting it done. As much as I like Josh Stalman, him and Dylan Coleman just are not getting it done. Maybe even Joe Jimenez isn't getting it done. I don't know. How's the lineup doing? Arise is hitting okay. Bobby Witt made an all-star game, so we don't have to worry about him. Soto's having a good year. So is Pasquantino. De La Cruz is kind of struggling. We might have to move around De La Cruz in the lineup. I might move him to like second in the lineup and then have Teoscar at 5, have Walter at 6, and then Bobby at 7. That might be... We just got to get something fresh for Ellie because he's just not been playing well this season. Just not really doing much. He's at 85. He should be good. So we'll work him around the lineup. And Matt McClain, as much as I like him, he's just holding us back, I think. Maybe we need to go for a better center fielder because he's having an okay year. Is Lou Walls ready to be the starting center fielder? Probably not. He's doing better than... He's having a better season than McClain is. Who's on the block? View the trade block. Jackson Holiday? Really? Why is Jackson Holiday on the block? There is a bullpen arm. Ron Marinaccio? I butchered that. He's not having that good of a year. I can see why he's on the bullpen. But he's 29, B potentially. Could be a nice playoff arm for us. Sixto Sanchez is having a horrible year. He had a horrible year last year, too. Jeez, what's going on with Sixto? He's only 26. Marcelo Myers here. There's some good people on this block this season, but I don't know why freaking Jackson Holiday's here. What do they want for Jackson Holiday? They want Teoscar Hernandez, Tink Henson, Brady House. I'm not going to give you all that. But I just had to figure out what they wanted. He's having an okay year, not anything crazy. We're not going to be going for Jackson Holiday though. Maybe not this season. Maybe we will later down the road. Who knows? But I think we need to get a better center fielder. I know that we're waiting on Lou Walls, but Matt McClain's just not built for the center field spot right now. He's struggling. He's a shortstop. I know he can play the outfield, obviously, but he's just not the guy. So who is a center fielder that wouldn't really cost too much? I don't really want to say a rental, but kind of a rental. Maybe it's Byron Buxton, 31 years old, not having the greatest of seasons, probably not going to be that expensive to grab. Yeah, we can give him for Yamamoto and Duvall. We're not going to do that, but he's probably not going to be that hard to get. At a 92 overall, that could be a decent option for us. Trout was just an all-star. We obviously wouldn't be able to get Trout anyway. Julio Rodriguez would be a little bit too difficult to get. Yeah, look at that value we have to give up. Not going to do that. Luis Robert, going to stay away from him. Michael Harris was just an all-star, so we're not going to be able to trade for him. He's probably got too much value. That's pretty good value. We're not going to be able to get him. Ooh, Smooth Jazz? Maybe Smooth Jazz is the guy. He probably doesn't have crazy value. What do they want for him? Teoscar, Ian Anderson, Brady House. Okay, I was wrong. He has pretty good value. What about if I gave them Matt McLain? He's only on a 1-year contract. Is he a free agent? He's got arbitration for 1 more year. That would truly be a rental, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. So I'm not really seeing anybody else. Brian Reynolds, his contract, he's only a 1-year player. But he is having a good season. Hitting 283. Probably not super hard to trade for, right? Gavin Williams, Vinny Pasquantino. I kind of like the Byron Buxton trade. He is a little bit expensive, but he's a 4-year guy. He's got 4 years left on the deal. 31. We can move that contract at next year's deadline or at next year's offseason. We can move it at any time if we needed to. And I don't think, he's not really that hard to get. So if we were to, who would we have to give up though? Who would we have to give up to get Byron Buxton? We have a lot of depth. Don't forget that. We have a lot of depth. Is it good depth? Maybe. It's probably time that we move on from Nicky Lopez. So we throw Nicky Lopez in the deal. They also want Ian Anderson and Camilo Duvall. I'm not going to do that, but we could give you Fernando Olivares maybe, or who do we not really see much future in? Maybe Charlie Thornton. He doesn't really move the needle though. Obviously, like Matt McLain, we could move, but I kind of want to keep Matt McLain. I like Matt McLain. We're not going to give up any of our center fielders. Right fielders, we could move on from Sully Matias. Maybe, but he doesn't really even push the needle that much. So maybe we need to go for a pitcher. Maybe this is where we get rid of Yamamoto. Because he could be... Yeah, if we gave up Yamamoto and Nicky Lopez, we could bring in Byron Buxton. Is that what I want to do, though? He's not really having that good of a year in AAA. He's had 5 starts, 1-4, 3.27 ERA, struggled. He struggled last year in the bigs as well. I think we can do that. We have enough depth at the pitching spot to where we can move somebody up to get ourselves a center fielder who will take over for Matt McLain in the lineup. Byron Buxton, not a 1-year rental, but he is at least a 2-year rental. Because that contract's not massive. It's big. Well, we're paying guys a lot of money as well. We're paying Juan Soto a lot of money. So, I mean, we know how to pay guys money. And Byron Buxton, I'm going to have to work this lineup out off camera to figure out exactly where I want everybody to hit. But Byron Buxton hitting in this lineup at center field, I think that helps us out a lot. And now we move Matt McLain to the bench to give us a little bit more speed off the bench, a little bit of outfield depth. I like that for the postseason. Okay, the lineup is good enough. The lineup is ready to go. Do I feel confident in this pitching rotation? We can have, who should we have as the starting pitcher? Probably Victor Samuel can move into the lineup. All right, we'll have that. Okay, so once we get Pablo Lopez back, that'll be good. But is there a bullpen arm that wouldn't be too expensive that we can make a move for? Maybe like a Garrett Crochet. He's not having that good of a year. He could be low value. Yeah, Stallman and Heasley. Oh, we could get Crochet pretty easily. I think we might try to do this. So, who they want? They wanted Samuel and Sully Matias. Oh, that changed. All right, we can get this for pretty easily. So, let's figure out. What do we have a lot of depth at? Shortstop? Kind of. Charlie Thornton. Oh, straight up Charlie Thornton? Really? Straight up for Charlie Thornton. Okay, I'll do that straight up to get us a bullpen arm. I know he's not having the greatest year, but Garrett Crochet comes in and helps this bullpen out. I like that a lot. I really do. That adds our lineup. Our pitch rotation now has that. So then when Pablo Lopez comes back, Lacey goes back to the long relief role, and then we just added a huge arm in the bullpen. Yeah, he's struggling this year, but he's under contract with arbitration for another year. If we need to move him at next year's deadline, we can. I think that's our deadline. We added Byron Buxton, who, to be fair, is not having an amazing season. He's having a down year, but that's why he was a little bit easier to trade for. And he helps us right now when we are only 3 games up on the Guardians and we've been struggling in the month of July, at least the second half. So that is really big. And then we add in Garrett Crochet to a struggling bullpen, but hopefully he can come to life in the second half of the season and mainly in October. Those are some really big moves. That's going to be my deadline, and we're going to advance past it. Today is the day to sign draft picks, but we already signed everybody, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, it is August 1st. Next episode, we will play... Who should we play? Do we play the Guardians at all? No. Ooh, we will play the Guardians in September, though. That is for sure. But who do we play here? We play the Pirates. That could be pretty interesting. Do we play anybody in the division? Tigers, Twins, White Sox. We play the White Sox, but that's not really that big of a deal. So we could simulate this series against the Twins. Let's do that. And we lost 3 straight. That's not good. Luckily, the Guardians also struggled. Now we play the Orioles, and a lot of injuries right now. Now we play the Cubs. We'll simulate the Cubs, and we got swept there too. So we play the Pirates. Should we play... You know what? We should probably play this game against the Giants. Let's simulate the Pirates series, and we won those 2 games. That's big. That is really, really big. So we'll play the Giants next episode. Brady Singer on the mound against the new Giant, Juan Duran. We will play him. He's not looking too good so far, but hey, he's a new Giant. 2 games up on the Guardians. They are right on our tails. Pablo Lopez should be back pretty soon. In the next episode, he'll actually be back, so that's good. So then maybe we'll play with him at some point against the Guardians. That could be pretty fun. But that is going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was jam-packed, but I hope you guys did really, really like the moves that we made. I think we did good. I think we helped the team in the lineup and in the bullpen, although judging by the first few weeks of simulation in the month of August, maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Hopefully we can pick that up at the next couple months and make our way to the postseason in style, but we'll have to wait and see. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.